Extreme biology! There is a part of a nerve cell called an axon. An axon is a very long, slender, thread-like part of a cell. You can more or less think of it as a type of conduit in which information is being sent from one direction to another. In order for a nerve impulse to generate, the ion movements must go in, to, and out of this axon. How does it go in and out? Through what are called voltage-gated channels. Essentially, these are channels that exist along the axon. Lots and lots of negative charge on the inside, and lots of positive sodium charge on the outside. Essentially, the sodium is being released to the outside. Much of the potassium is on the inside, but there is a little bit of potassium leakage to the outside. As the impulse is sent along, what's happening to cause it to move down the axon, these voltage-gated channels will open. See? Can you see how that's open? And the positive sodium will go inside. The negative state inside the axon is called polarization. When the sodium starts to enter, this is what is called depolarization. And as it depolarizes, the signal is sent down the axon. This particular wave of depolarization is referred to as action potential. Notice that here it is polarized, and here, as it becomes positive, as the sodium rushes in, it becomes depolarized. And on the other side, as it moves along down the axon, the channels close, and it becomes once again polarized. Ahead of the wave, it will be polarized, depolarized inside the wave, and then polarized once again as the wave passes. As this wave is moving to the right in the diagram, you notice how that it is depolarizing and then repolarizing again. This is how a signal is sent down the axon. Ahead of the wave, the voltage-gated channels are closed. The sodium can't get in. In the middle of the wave, the voltage-gated channels open. The sodium gets inside, polarizes it, and then as the wave passes, the voltage-gated channels close, restoring the polarization. Quite simple. Now I'll tell you how a nerve impulse is sent across from one cell to another. Now pay attention, because this is so easy that even a caveman could do it.
What? Not cool. I did not know you were there.
So you can kind of say that this procedure or this event can be described as a sort of train or railroad system with tracks and cars and that sort of thing.
Choo 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 choo. Woo woo.
Think of your cells as two different stations. Station number 1, which represents one cell. Station number 2 over here. There exists here something called a synapse. A synapse is simply the junction of an axon in another cell. You have a presynaptic membrane and a postsynaptic membrane. The presynaptic is located on the axon side of the synapse, and the postsynaptic, of course, is located on the receiving side of the synapse. Let's just say, for the sake of this diagram, that this is the receiving side here. This area here, the synaptic cleft. Now, if you have things here, information here that you want to get here, from this station to this one, from this cell to the other cell, you have to load it up into cars. Remember, this is a rail system, so in order to get it from here to here, it must be loaded up into the cars. These presynaptic vesicles carry the information that needs to go from this station to this station, or this cell to this cell. This is your presynaptic membrane, and this is your postsynaptic membrane. The vesicles carrying the information on these receptors, the information that needs to transfer across the synaptic cleft which exists in between the cells. The synaptic vesicles will essentially exit the plasma membrane, which is the presynaptic membrane, and then attach itself to and be absorbed into the other plasma membrane, the postsynaptic membrane, carrying the information that needs to be transferred. The synapse acting as the junction, much like a station. All of your cars with the information or the product that needs to be moved is sent across from one station to the other, or from this case, one cell to another. And now, what time is it? Most assuredly, it's pizza time. Dude! Extreme biology!